What's going on, guys? This is Joe from KFR Technology, and I'm here to tell you how to program in Java, the computer programming language, not coffee or whatever. Terrible joke to start off with, I know. So, first of all, you're going to want to go to the BlueJ website, or I'll put in the description. There's also TextPad and Eclipse. There's NetBeans. There's a lot of environments you can program Java in, but I'll just put the most popular ones in, like Eclipse and TextPad. But I personally use BlueJ a decent amount of times when I'm first starting out. But if I'm doing like a project or doing work with someone else who uses Eclipse, I tend to use Eclipse or whatever else they're using. But if I'm just like testing something out, I'll use BlueJ because it's fairly simple and it's nice and organized. So first you're gonna want the environment you program in. So it's got stuff for Windows, Mac, Ubuntu, and Linux. Well, Ubuntu is from Linux, but it's also got Debian Linux. Debian. You have to type in this command if you want to have it, but for Windows and Mac, you're gonna want to install a JDK. The Oracle JDK is just gonna take you to this website I have right here, and let's go back to it's right here. You just click on that, you accept, and then you pick whatever one you need. Let's see. So you're just gonna install the environment and the JDK you want, or if you're going with BlueJ, you can install combined, which makes it even easier for beginners. And then you're just gonna open it up. So we got this right here. We got first class. I'm just gonna remove it. We're gonna open up a new class, and this is what makes it even easier for beginners with BlueJ. You've got all these class types you want. You got applets, you got interfaces, and you've got a regular class. And you can type in your class name right here, and it'll give you a little outline and kind of like beginner methods that you should use when you're constructing these kind of classes. So I'm just gonna type in first class. That's using camel case right there. That's where the first letter in the first word is in lowercase, and the first letter in the second word is in uppercase. So I'm just gonna press OK, double click on that. I'm doing this in a fairly large font. I think it's in 24. It's just so that everyone can see it, mostly, lower definition, but I'd still recommend 1080p, whatever. So it's got all this interesting stuff here. We got a little description you can write in. You got your class. You got an int outside. This is a global kind of variable. You got a method. You've got a method that returns an int, and then it also takes an int. That'll be in a much later video though. So we're just gonna delete this all. We're gonna start from scratch. We're gonna create our first class, our public class. Nice thing about BlueJ is it got this color around a class. It's got green around a class. It's got yellow around a method, and on other things I'll explain. It's got other colors though. So we're just gonna call this first class. See, when I had it, it named it for me, but I didn't want to use those methods, and I want to start it from scratch. So let's see, and we need these curly braces. Whenever you're doing a class, you need 2 curly braces, and then methods, you're gonna need 2 curly braces, and so on and so on. Some programmers do this, but I'm just gonna keep it like this. This is how I do it, and then I also do a tab right there. Public, static void main. I'm gonna give it a parameter of an array of string arguments. I'll explain that all later. This is much further down the road. Methods. It takes a little while to understand just the basics, and then methods is a bit farther on. But these are all important. Main is just the name of the method though, and these are all reserved words. Main I could change, but well, I want to keep it this so the compiler knows that I'm going to be using I'm going to use system.out.println to give the user some feedback. Just for now, we can go into GUIs and GUIs in a much further down video. Already talking about all that other stuff. Let's just stay grounded on where we're supposed to be. So let's just type system.out.println, and we're just gonna, that's parenthesis right there if you can't read, I guess. We're just gonna do the most stereotypical cliche, yada yada, hello world. Every programmer has to type it. So this is when you're giving it a parameter, because this is a method right here where it's a bit more complicated, but yeah, when you're passing something to a method, you put it in parentheses, and then this is a string, so it's in, and these are quotation marks right here, and all this could be anything really, but as long as it's in parentheses, as long as it's in the quotation marks, it's fine. So we're just gonna compile this. So we can either hit compile right there in the top left corner, or we can just hit Control K. Oops, sting. Sorry about that. Control K, and we're just gonna minimize this. And we're gonna, so right here on BlueJ, this is a bit special, but you're just right click. You're gonna hit one of your methods, but we're gonna hit the main. We're gonna hit OK, and see it prints out hello world. Yay. We made the computer say something to us. Alright, so right now I think I'm just gonna give you a little short version of this, so we can go on to variables on the next lesson, but what I want to do is I want to give you a little thing you can do with your current knowledge. So don't mess around with this right now, but oop, I just hit stop right there. Don't mess around with this right now, so just keep all this, but when you're doing this one thing, just mess around with the system.out.println. So I want you to create a little house using system.out.println in this method. So let me just Control C, copy and paste. You know, every programmer loves it. So you could do this, and then like, whoops, it would be like that, and then you have and one little hint I'm going to give you is that when you're doing backslash in Java, that's not going to cut it. You need to do double backslash to equal one backslash. It's just a special thing, because backslash is used to, like, backslash n does a new line, backslash b does a backspace, I believe, yeah, a backspace, I believe, backslash t does a tab. It's a special way to communicate with the compiler, so it's if you're gonna do a backslash to create the house, I would use 2, and then I'm just gonna compile this. Oop, sorry about that. And compile it and run, and then it looks like that right there, and that's the roof of the house, and I'll just leave you to the rest. Alright, this is Joe from KFR Technology. I'll have links to everything I went to on the website. I also have links to the source code. And thank you for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.